Welcome in, welcome in, welcome to my live. Today is a alteration video. I'm working on an order that I need to complete for tomorrow, and then I'm gonna move on later to making some YouTube content. But for now, I'm gonna do an alteration. I'm altering some jeans. I have 2 pair of jeans to alter for a client, so I'm gonna try to get that done quickly because I would like to go to bed at a decent hour today. It's 8 o'clock. Let's be optimistic and say, let's say 9:30. Can we do all of this at 9:30, and then 9:30 to 11 I can film my YouTube videos for tomorrow? We'll see how it goes. Welcome in if you're here. Make sure you like the live. I'd appreciate if you double tap your screen to send a like for the live. Hi, there's 3 people in the room. Oh, I have to change this. Sorry. I don't know why YouTube automatically sets it to, what does it do? It automatically sets it to like top commenters. So if people who are not top commenters comment, I won't see it. So I have to click all comments to be able to see what's happening. So we're about there. Let's see what we have here. Hi, Rosemary. I'm altering a pair of pants today, and I feel like I can get away with a, if I don't do this backwards, I can get away with a 3/4 seam allowance on this waistband. So I just took in this jean. Thankfully it has darts, which made this so easy to alter. So I was just increasing the take in on the darts, and then I have to adjust the waistband so that it fits back into the waist. I'm just altering a pair of jeans. Someone brought me a pair of jeans that are a little too big in the waist, so I increased the take up for the dart, and now I am adjusting the waistband. Adjusting the waistband so it will fit into the smaller waist. So it's a little pair of pants from Fashion Nova, and she just needed these the waist taken in, and I think this one needs a hem too. I'm trying to decide, do I just want to hem this, or do I want to do the thing that people do where they try to keep the traditional hem that came with the pant? I don't know if people actually care that much if it looks like a denim hem. It's more work in my opinion to do it that way. So I have to hem these pants after I take the waist in. But so this is the interior, but I guess before I sew that, let's make sure I like this. So I'm just gonna walk my waistband along my adjusted waist seam, and that seems pretty good. I did 3/4 on taking this in. So basically I'm gonna add a center back seam. This waistband did not have a center back seam, but there's a belt loop at the center of the waistband, so I can just put the seam on the waistband, and then the belt loop will cover it. Not that I think anyone cares if their waistband has a center back seam, but that's the plan. So I'm going to trim down my seam allowance, because you don't want all that bulk in the back of your waistband. And then we have a front and a back waistband, which I took apart, so I now can sew it all back together. Put the understitch back in so that it's neat. This is the understitch. Yes. Well, I don't know. I don't see an understitch actually. Just looks like a regular top stitch. So I'm just taking out a little extra on the top stitch, which makes it easier to line the seams back up when I get ready to sew them together. I remove a little piece of this first stitch. But actuality, okay, this is a Fashion Nova pair of jeans. It is not. It's not understitch. it's just kind of top stitched together. So the seam I took out is the actual seam of the waistband. So no understitching. So I guess I'm just going to pin these, open these up, and put them back together again. And I'm just going to top stitch it closed. This fabric has like a gray blue thread, but this pants is like gray blackish. I don't plan on changing the thread to match this anymore specifically, because this is a quick turnaround alteration order, and I don't think it's gonna matter. You can't really see the thread. You can't really see that the thread isn't 100% matching. So it's a Monday night. What is everyone doing? I know this is when I work on my small business. I have a full-time job as a designer. So I spent my day in the office today. And then I came home and I took my child to the batting cages because we want him to get better at baseball. And then ate a couple bites for dinner. And now I am altering clothes for other people. If you're in the live, make sure you double tap the screen. There's 22 people in the room according to the YouTube stats at the top. So make sure you double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. See if we can get 10 likes. We dropped down to 13 people in the room. I guess I didn't like that. I asked you to like the screen. And it looks the same thing for the waistband. It's not really sewn separately. It's just kind of sandwiched in between the waistband and the body. This here is that way. If you're in the room, can you please double tap the screen? So we have this here. I'm gonna pin this the wrong way because I feel like it's a little easier to manage when it's pinned horizontally versus vertically. Ow. I just got new pins and they are so sharp. I like to use quilter pins, and these pins are so sharp, and I keep like poking myself, and they actually hurt when I poke myself. So I'm just pinning the waistband back to the pant, making sure that it is indeed caught together. There's no like extra threads in here that's gonna pull out and look crazy later. I like to pull all of these out. Okay, let's try this out and see. Oh, I put all of the pins. Okay, those are fine. I'm gonna start about there. You can tell kind of where it was sewn originally because there is a very distinct line from where the dye was applied onto the garment. looks pretty dang good, actually. I feel like whenever I'm forced to sew a waistband that way, I always miss a step and it's like a hole somewhere. But, ooh, excuse me. The waistband is reattached, and now I just need to reattach this. There was a... Oh, there it is. I kept looking for... It was the label. Like, I took the label off, and I'm like, where did the label go? Found it. So I'm just going to sew back on the belt loop. It has a bar tack, but I don't have a bar tack machine. So I'm going to just back stitch it back on. Okay. So we have these things complete. Let's put our tag back on. You ever get... Hi! Sorry, K2 once again. I didn't see you there. You ever get, like, in those moods where you're, like, hot, you're cold, hot, you're cold, you don't know. Don't quite know what's happening? That's me right now. It's, like, very rainy in Ohio today. And I'm like, oh, it's cold, it's chilly up here. And then I turned the AC off, and now I'm, like, room temperature hot. Yeah. I always get random people on my live that say like very random things. I don't know if that's a YouTube thing or I've been trying to go on YouTube live more often. Hi Nina. Welcome into my room. It's just sewing today. I'm working on some alterations, so I thought I would come and talk to... Thank you. Talk to the people. Make sure you're following my channel, Sewing with T.A.E. I've been looking for tips and advice on sewing projects you guys want to see. I do have a, the video that I want to make tonight is a sewing video for a pair of pants. So I do want to do that. 1 3/4. So basically, you're just gonna cut the hem off and then put in a double turn 1/2 inch hem to give us 1 3/4 shorter, right? 1 3/4 is to the hem. So if I want to take off 1 3/4, I'm gonna cut the hem and then I'm gonna fold and I'm gonna fold, and that's a half. So that makes my life easier. So this is my hem of my jean. I'm just gonna cut it off. And also, honestly, I don't know if you're gonna notice a difference it's not the like true denim hem, because it doesn't really have like distressing or anything on it. So I wouldn't feel like you're losing anything. There we go. Yes, I'm sleepy. I am very tired. But I have a few goals to get done today. It's only 8:15. My goal today is I have to do 3 alterations, this being one of them. 3 alterations and another pair of jeans and a dress. And then I want to make 2 YouTube videos tonight. So I'm hoping that I can do those relatively quickly. I say that all the time and that never happens. So I'm just like, if I focus, like when I'm on live, I feel like I take longer to get things done. So I'm like, if I can work and talk, if I can manage working and talking and looking at the screen, I can successfully go live while I'm working. So trying to take advantage of the little bit of time that I have. I worked full time today, 9 to 5, and then I got home from working, and I didn't actually get home from working. I took my child to the batting cages. Took my kid to the batting cages because he wants to get better. He has a baseball game tomorrow. So, took him to the batting cages, did that for a while. I came home, and then I ate leftovers for dinner really fast. And then I came upstairs and I started sewing. So, sometimes I like to do a placement stitch, but I'm just going to do a turn back because I feel like it makes it a little bit neater. So, if you can see that, no, you can't see that. That right there. I'm just going to double turn it. Shirt's choking me. Double turn it so that the edges are clean inside. That the edges are clean inside of here. So I'm just going to fold it once, and then I'm going to fold it again, making sure that stitch that I just made is right at the edge. And then I'm going to pop a pin in there. And I'm going to do that all the way around. If you're still watching the live, can you double tap the screen? Can you drop a red heart if you are here in the room and you can hear me, you can see me? Can you drop a red heart into the chat? Let me know that there are actually people watching. You guys aren't our bots or something. Because sometimes I go live and there's a bunch of people in the room, but no one says anything. I'm like, are you real people or are you bots? Maybe you guys are bots. Nobody's commenting. Hi, Derek. Ow. Woo. These new pins are so sharp and I keep poking myself. Alright, so we have our new hem. That's folded, so now I am going to stitch her down. I like to start right on the other side of a seam so you can walk through that fullness, but then end it on a nice flat part. Thank you for the flower, Derek. I appreciate you so much. So the other pant that I have to alter doesn't, I don't have to hem it, so that's one less thing that I have to do. Hi, Nina. Thank you for that. What is that, a heart? Thank you. Thank you guys for checking out the gift gallery. There's tons of gifts in the gift gallery that you can send to your favorite creators to support their channel. I appreciate you guys. I am doing alterations for a pair of jeans. So I just hemmed this leg. So this side is done. And I'm about to put a hem inside of this leg. And I took in the waist already and put the waistband back on. So I have an alteration order. Oh, I have to do this first. Alterations I need to finish by tomorrow. And I think I have another alteration I gotta finish by Wednesday. Oh no, you're very welcome. I'm very welcome. Thank you very much, Nina. I appreciate it. I don't know exactly. Can you hold on? Derek sent a flower and Nina sent a heart. Yes, I thought you could like them, but maybe only some of them you can like. But yes, you can get these things called rubies for YouTube. On YouTube, you can get rubies, and you can use that to purchase gifts for, okay, that's not great, for your creators that you are watching, You also can send super chat and super thanks. Those are located, there we go. Those are located at the bottom of the screen. So where you have your comment box where you can send a chat, there's a little gift box over here. And you can send super chat, super thanks, like stickers and things like that. And I think that's a little different than Ruby's. And then those things go straight to the creators to support their channel. Okay, I told y'all that I turned the AC off and I'm getting hot. So I'm like, it might have to go back on. Maybe I'll get my fan. I hate my little AC thing makes so much noise. I don't know if it's a lot of noise for you guys, but I have this little contraption. My son plays baseball, so I like use it when I'm at the baseball fields and it's like super hot. It's a little breeze maker. Get some air moving around. I'm in my attic, so it tends to be hotter up here than the rest of the house. But it was a Monday. How was work for everyone? Was it a crazy day? Was it Monday? You know, Monday today was like I don't think I got enough work done on Friday because last week was Columbus Fashion Week, and I normally don't participate in Columbus Fashion Week. I see I have my Columbus Fashion Week t-shirt on today. I normally don't participate, and by participate I mean attend events. Like I normally don't make it a point to go, but something this year made me want to go. Like I just wanted to go and be around other designers and artists. So I did. Last year was my first year ever participating in Columbus Fashion Week. And with that, they have a curvy show. So I did the plus size show or curvy show. And that was super fun. I was very stressed out doing it. Oh, thank you, Derek, so much. Nope. No, that one I can like. Derek said $1.99. I appreciate you. It means a lot to me and my channel goals, which is to buy a new embroidery machine. And I did buy a new embroidery machine, but not the one that I wanted. I'm saving for a big one, but I was able to buy something that will help me be able to do bigger projects outside of like this one right there. But Fashion Week was this week, so I was like crazy busy because I have a rule that if I'm going to go to a fashion event, I have to wear my own clothes. I have to wear something that I made. Like I don't want to, like I'm not going there to put on a designer or whomever. I have to wear myself. So because I decided last minute that I was going to go to the shows, I was last minute sewing outfits for Fashion Week, which is fun, but it was also stressful because I felt like every day I was sewing and then I wasn't getting home till super late because the events are like after work. So I competed in the recycle runway that is sponsored by Swaco, which is like the Southern Waste Authority, something like that, Swaco. And it's basically you have to use recycled items to make your garments. I use water bottles to make flowers on a dress that I submitted, and it's a competition. Fortunately, I didn't win, but the girl who won, her stuff was kind of cool. So I didn't win the competition, but it was fun. That was the only event that I did, and that stressed me out because they're very last minute telling you that you actually got into the show. So I didn't start making this outfit until Saturday. The show was on Wednesday. So I started sewing Saturday, and I fit the model Monday. And then from there, I started making water bottle flowers. So I literally had like a night and a half because, as I told you guys before, I'm back in office full time. So I only had a night and a half to make the flowers for this dress, and I just ended up putting them like strategically placed on the dress. It was very pretty. It was very commercial, which is probably why I didn't win, because it didn't really look recycled. It looked like a real garment, which it is. It just has recycled pieces on it. So this is done. Have to give it a press But I'm just going to press everything at one time. So I'm going to move that over there. Alright, here is the other pant that I have to alter. It's another pair of jeans from Fashion Nova. She just needs the waist taken in. It's like an inch. Like, this is like a half and a half. So that's 1 whole inch. That's 2 whole inches. So for this guy, the waist is already very curved. And this pant doesn't have darts. So the other pant had darts, which made it very easy to be able to do this. So I do like to measure this before I go too far. 13. This is 14 and a half at the back. So I attended the Curve fashion show, which was fun. It was nice to sit in the audience instead of backstage at a fashion show. And then I went to the finale fashion show. And I don't think I've ever been to a finale fashion show for Columbus Fashion Week. I just don't think I've ever decided to go for whatever reason. Oh, this pant. Okay. This is interesting. I never actually been to a finale show. This was my first finale show, and someone reached out to me with tickets, and I already bought a ticket, but I bought a cheap ticket in the back. And they were like, "Oh, you want a ticket?" And I'm like, "Well, maybe I'll get one for my sister." And I got one for my sister, and the tickets were VIP. I was like, "Is there a VIP ticket for me?" And she was like, "Yeah." So she gave me 2 VIP tickets. I gave my ticket away to someone else who wasn't going to go to the show, but now could go to the show. So I gave away my VIP ticket, and we got to sit front row at Columbus Fashion Week. It was very nice. I enjoyed it. So it was fun. So I was in here trying to decide how to take out of these pants, because this pant doesn't have a dart. It has a yoke seam. So you would either have to add a dart through the yoke, which you don't really want to do, take out the center back seam, open it, and recut the seam, and then put it back. But these pants have a side panel, which I now can just actually make the side panel smaller to bring the pant in. It makes my life that much easier. And I could even take like half and half. Like, I don't have to take the whole thing from here, because this panel is how much? My eyes aren't that good anymore. This side panel is 1 3/4. So I could take like half of this and then take some out the back panel, and I don't think you would even notice. But there is a bar tack there, which I would like to avoid, because I don't like taking them out. So I'm just going to use my seam ripper. If you've been watching my Learn How to Sew tutorials that I posted on my page, this is a seam ripper. So I'm going to pop this in between my stitches so that I can remove this waistband. Just like that. I'm so happy that this has the side panel. It makes my life so much easier. So I'm going to take this out. I am the queen of poking myself today. So I took this out. My waistband is taken apart. I mentioned to you guys I'm a boy mom, right? My kids are playing video games and they're so loud. I feel like that's the one thing I'll never get used to being a boy mom. There's so much noise. Everything is so animated. Everything's so loud. And it's all boy noise. Boy noises like ninja sounds and like sound effects. It's not even just like they're talking loud. It's just like sound effects all the time. So I'm going to continue to take out this seam here, which is a little bit difficult because there's quite a few stitches here, and I want to do this without damaging the denim. So we're just going to take these stitches out. Alright, had to get past that yolk so you know it's pretty thick there. If you're watching it live, make sure you double tap the screen to send likes. All you have to do is double tap the screen to like the live. Now, I'm still learning about YouTube Live. I don't know if the likes mean anything. But I'd appreciate you liking the live because it shows that you watched it and maybe you enjoy what you see. So these, when I took this out, it was going like right into the pocket. So I'm just going to take this seam out down to the pocket. And this isn't even a felt seam. It's just a seam that's like sewn and top stitch. Normally felt seams are like folded into each other and then stitched, but this is literally just seamed and then top stitched to look like a denim felt seam. So here is my side seam that I just opened. And that pin stopped about there, but I opened it down to here because it gives me room to like blend it. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so what type of videos do you guys want to see? Like, if you like watching lives with other creators, what type of things are they doing in their lives? I've been like scoping out other live artists on YouTube to kind of see what they've been doing. What do they post? How do they manage their room when they're going live? Alright, I got that initial stitch off of here, which is the hard part. There we go. So there's 18 people in the room right now. Are you guys just watching? Can you like the live? Can you send a heart in the comment section? Okay. Okay, a little bit more. It's a little mosquito that has gotten into my studio. It's gonna drive me crazy. It's attracted to the light. Alright, see if we can get her just a little bit more. I'm sure this is a chain stitch. Oh no, it's not. That's why this is so hard. It's a marrow. Well, I'm gonna have to change the thread for this. This is gonna need a different color thread. Okay, but I think that's it. So, and I'm also going to have to I'm gonna have to add a seam on the side of the waistband. Just pull these threads off. So I think what my plan is to make this super easy. See this blue part right here? That's where this was dyed after it was sewn. So that means this garment was garment dyed. It wasn't dyed then sewn. So I can literally chop this off because I need to take off about an inch. So I could take this half and take this half and then just sew it back together. But I do need to blend it a little bit. So I'm probably going to press this first, because this is going to be a little bit more difficult to do. A little more difficult to do. So let's see. Get all these threads out of here. So there's a couple extra things here. Clip your threads. You don't want to do alterations and have threads everywhere. I've done it and I'm like, nah, then you're stuck like trying to pull off all the threads after the fact. Okay. I am going to go to the iron and I'm going to press this. While the iron is getting warm, see what's... It's unfortunate that you can't listen to music on YouTube because of copyright. What happened? Alright, let's see if the iron's hot. Alright, there are jeans. I'm probably going to try gray. We'll try gray thread. Looks pretty gray. For the top stitching. Yes. They're in the cabinet. Well, then ask your brother. I don't care. They're in the kitchen. Okay, we're gonna switch it to some gray thread for this. This isn't necessarily denim thread because this is more denim than the last one. But I need to finish my coffee before it gets too late, and then I'm really gonna be up till 1 o'clock in the morning, which is not my goal. I was up pretty late last night, which is why I'm yarning. I was up to about 1 a.m. unfortunately, not intentionally. Okay. My machine is threaded, but my fan is dead. There we go. And let's see here. I think an easier way to do this is, what is that? Oh, that's the bar tag. Okay. I'm gonna pop a little bit of this stitch, this top stitch off. And then see if instead of cutting this right away, I can stitch it in the same stitch line, but just make the seam allowances slightly bigger. Now this is gonna get more difficult to take out, but that's better. I can see the stitch. So I'm gonna pin these two seams together. Has anyone listened to Cardi's new album? It is on repeat. It's going platinum in my AirPods right now. I actually really I like Cardi in general, but I'm really enjoying this album, this release from her. I've been listening to it nonstop. So I need to take off. Oops. Okay, let's not do that. Let's get that pin in there better. I need to take off about 1/2 inch on the double, which is 1 inch. So I'm gonna err on the side of a little bit more versus a little bit less. Let's do 5/8. Okay. And I got my little chalk wheel here. And I'm just going to draw a line up from where it is, so I have something easy to follow. Alright, we have a seam, and I am actually going to finish her because she is serged. Okay. Which requires me to plug in my serger. Well, you know, actually, let's wait and do them all at once to make my life a little easier. So do the same thing on this side. If you're in the room, like the live, send a purple heart if you can hear me. If you can hear me, send a purple heart so I know that you're in the room, so I can get a little bit of engagement, so I don't have to talk to myself for 45 minutes. If you enjoy my video and you enjoy my live, you can send super thanks or super chat stickers by clicking the little gift box at the bottom. You can also send a gift from the gift gallery, which is also at the bottom, using rubies from YouTube. You can reload your rubies and you can send your favorite creators gifts out the gift gallery. So I'm gonna line her up with the original. I'm gonna mark her. number 2. And since I'm going to use my serger, I don't actually have to cut this because my serger will cut it for me. I'm going to cut off that extra seam allowance. I'm not changing the threads on my serger. It'll just be partially black, but I don't think it's that important in the grand scheme of where this is on the garment. Oh, I forgot this broke. I have to fix this. Oh, alright. We have to rethread my serger because I was sewing something the other day and it popped. So usually when that happens, I just decide to rethread her all together. Let's take these out. Oops. So I'm going to rethread my serger. This is the upper loopers. This is 5. We have 6 and 7. Oops. 7. Make sure this is in here all the way. I'm going to thread that upper looper. Nope. I got my nails done, so they're getting just a smidge long, which makes doing some of these things kind of hard. Ugh. Okay, you could use tweezers, but I'm a rebel and I don't want to. So I am going to thread my serger, my upper looper, and now I have to do this bottom looper, which is a little tricky section. You have to move this kind of back, flip that over. This one, oops, comes down and up, and move these other threads out the way. So you have to get it into a little clip right here, and then you have to push it back. And then you want to thread your lower looper. Nope, I did not get it. When I get sleepy, my eyes are bad, so I'm like quite tired at the moment, and my eyeballs are like, I don't want to focus anymore. We've been focusing all day. Alright, get this out of here. And I did it again. Okay. Oh my gosh, I keep pulling it out. So I'm just threading my serger right now. If I can get this lower looper threaded. This is the hard one. If there's anything that makes you nervous about threading a serger, it's definitely the lower looper. Why am I struggling so hard to do this today? There we go. That took forever. I have all of my threads above the needle and above the plate. Put the flip back on, all the threads under. See if she works. It did not. Something is wrong. It is the lower looper again. It's always when you want to just finish something that your serger stops working. Try one more again with this thing. Push it out. Pop that in there. Okay. The serger is not being my friend today. We have to finish this today, and I need you for the next project, so I need for you to work, friend. What is happening? Why is this so complicated? I feel like my thread just doesn't have any tension. Any tension. Okay. All right. Hi, Karen. All right, finally got it started again. Let's see if she will stitch. Okay, something is wrong. Yeah, something's wrong. I'm just going to, when this happens, I usually just start completely over. Cut everything off.
Mommy, where's the cookies at?
I guess they're in the cabinet. Where else would they be? Did you actually go look? Well, if they're not in there, then I don't know. You guys must have eaten them up because I put the regular cookies in the cabinet. So if you don't see them, then they're gone. So we're going to start over. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9. It goes to the back of here. Oh, The previous one that they had on my previous machine was so much easier to connect this little hook than this is. This little hook drives me crazy. Okay, let's try. I don't understand why is it so far in. It's not coming out any further. Why is there? Right on there. Okay, let's try again. See if we can get it on the hook. Nope. It's on the hook. Now let's thread this guy. And this goes under. There we go. So the lower looper is threaded. Let's do the upper looper. This is the hard part about being a fashion designer or a person that makes clothes. You have to know all of these things. Alright, so number 2. We're going to rethread our needles. This is the first needle or second needle. So I have 1. We're going to thread the needle. Pull that thread to the back. The last needle. Alright, we have everything rethreaded again. Let's put our foot on. All the thread under the foot. Now foot pedal. There we go. Now it is working. Although those stitches look a little bit off. And that looks a little bit better. Alright. We got her rethreaded. Now, let's finish her. We have a finished edge. So no more sprays for the denim. And then we're going to do this side, same way. There we go. No fraying denim. Boy noise, if you can hear that. And this one actually, I took it from the back, and it doesn't actually have a double top stitch. It just has a single, which makes my life easier. But let's make sure we're stitching it the same direction. It's going this way. Alright, that's one side. If you're watching the live, make sure you double tap the screen to like the live. You also can send gifts from the gift gallery. You can send super chat or super thanks from the section below. It's right next to your comment section. Please feel free to leave a comment, or you can also send gifts from your gift gallery to support my channel and any other creatives you choose to watch on live. So this one, alright, it is stitched down. Oops. Oh, I'm gonna mess up my needle. So the one thing that I have to do now is I took the waistband apart to be able to get this in here. I need to seam this so that it will fit onto the waistband. But this one actually has the top stitch. The other one did not have a top stitch. So I'm going to take some of this out. Hopefully it doesn't snag the denim. Sometimes it's a little difficult to see, and sometimes it's a little difficult to get in there because it's literally like 1/8 of an inch stitch. But you do want to make sure you don't pull any of the denim threads, and that it doesn't leave a hole or anything like that. There we go. So you see here, it's a little top stitch. Take that out. So now, I guess before I do this, I do want to out. Just double checking to make sure that the measurements look good before I close everything up, and I think they look okay. So now I'm just going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to sew. This is a little bit harder because the waistband is attached, so you gotta kind of squeeze it in there. So I'm going to sew these two pieces together with the new seam allowance so that it will fit the waist seam. I have to take a little bit more out of these seams so that I can easily sew the waistband. Okay, I don't like it, so I'm taking it out. So take out a little bit more. Taking out a little bit more just means I have to sew more when I put it back on, which it's not the end of the world, but it's not ideal. Something that makes it a little easier to get these to lay flat when you're sewing them so that they don't look crooked. You don't want them to look crooked. So pin the middle, pin the ends, make sure that they match. It's 9:05, y'all. I wanted to be done by 9:30, but that surgery took me out. I don't know if I'm gonna be done by 9:30. Oh my gosh. It's always when you're trying to get done, something goes wrong. What is it now? Nothing. It looks absolutely fine. So I don't understand what the problem is. There we go. Let's try again. Looks on together. Let's trim this a bit. So here it is, and then we're going to I'm going to trim a little bit more in the middle because it makes it kind of difficult to turn. There we go. Pull out those spare threads to make your life easier. Going to stop that and stop this one. So there's a chain stitch on the waistband, but we want to make sure that it doesn't continue to unravel. So I'm going to sew on the top because there's a belt loop here and I don't want to sew the belt loop down. And there you have it, repaired, replaced. Hopefully it's good enough. So let's do the other side. All right. Gotta take out that top stitch. I have been on live for 70 minutes. That's how long I've been sewing. Okay, let's try to do this again. Yeah, take off this top stitch so that I can easily get in here to make this seam. This is not bringing my friend. Okay, so we're going to right there. So we're going to take some of this out. Take some out the sides. Looks like it's already pretty much there. Take a couple more of these stitches. Take some out on this side. There we go. All right. See if we can get her pinned together. Take this here. There we go. That one was a little different. We'll see how that comes out. It's not bad, actually. Alright, so we're going to trim the seam allowance. And give a little extra trim in the middle. Make sure we don't cut it. Then we're going to pop the waist into here and encase it. Now, all right, let's try sew our clothes. Oops. Okay. Oh no. think we're done. Replaced. Looks neat. Clean, no extra threads. Do want to hit her with an iron, but I will do that when I get to the end. Alright guys, it's been great. I am going to move on to my last alteration, and then hopefully, it's only 9:15, and then hopefully I can get some rest. Hi Christina. I'm just getting finished with 2 alterations. You can like the live to save your place so you know you can find me again. You can also send gifts from the gift gallery or super chat thanks from the gift gallery as well. Make sure you're following me, Sewing with Tay. Once I finish this dress tonight, my plan is to post 2 new videos tomorrow. One hopefully is a sewing video and one is an embroidery video. I don't know if I'm gonna get them edited tonight because I'm fading fast. So thank y'all so much for watching with me tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow.